the entire earth, the entire universe was created for our health, healing, and service. So that everything that exists in the earth, including the animals, the plants, the fish, were put here to serve us. That doesn't mean eat them, but it was put here to serve us. But even within their own fauna and flora universe, there is cycles of service. You know, they are here to feed each other. They serve the ecology of the earth, the cycles of the universe. And I'll just take a brief moment. The cycles of the universe are integrally connected with the cycles of the body. If we learn to eat within the cycles of the universe, we can almost eliminate disease from ourselves. If we learn to eat live food and not dead food, we can almost eliminate disease. If we learn to drink water regularly, religiously, we can almost eliminate disease. If we learn about the spiritual connection between ourselves and the universe, we can almost eliminate disease. A lot of people think if your great-grandmother had cancer, your grandmother thinks she's going to get it, your mother thinks she's going to get it, and we basically wait our turn to inherit this disease. That is total ignorance.
Yes.
It is total ignorance. First of all, we were not created to be diseased. We were not created to get disease. We were not created so weak that we have to have a disease. We get disease because we want it. We eat the wrong foods. We don't get enough sleep. We don't drink enough water. We allow stress to control our lives because we don't acknowledge that we're the God of ourselves. I'm not her God. I'm my God.
Thank you.
She's not the God over me. She's the God over her. But we fail and we refuse to be the gods that we were created to be. And part of that is because we give up that Godhead to somebody else. But this is not what that show is about. But what this show is about is realizing the God in the self and utilizing that power to stay healthy and to heal ourselves. So that everything in the universe that was created to serve us, we sort of ignore. The 24-hour day has 3 8-hour cycles. The first 8 hours exist from 4 a.m. to 12 noon. For those 8 hours, the universe is in an eliminating cycle.
Wow.
It is waking up after sleeping all night long. It is cleansing its body. It's cleansing the air. The rivers are cleansing. We should be cleansing. We should be only consuming, eliminating foods between 4 a.m. and 12 noon.
Wow.
That means water, natural beverages, fruits, because fruits are eliminative. Doesn't mean you don't eat. It means you eat what you need to keep your body in rhythm, in sync with the universe. So when I wake up, the first thing I do is drink water. No, I didn't always do that. And I hated water like most of you watching. And it tastes nasty, it don't have no flavor. Why I want it, and if I drink, I had to pee. I was the same way. But we have to change our habits. And we are so addicted to bad habits, death habits, illness breeding habits. We have to change that. You have to change that if you want to change the value of life on the earth and the universe, because we all contribute to the stability of the universal vibration. Each one of us is a part of that. And each action that we take, bad to our neighbor, bad words to our husband or wife, bad vibrations to the child, your boss, whatever, it reverberates. Everything you think reverberates. So back to us. So we have to change our habits. So if we do eliminative foods and fruit and beverages in the morning, we are flushing illness from our body. We are flushing disease. We are eliminating stuff. But when we wake up and we eat grits and eggs and pancakes and toast and bacon and sausage and coffee and donuts. We are killing ourselves because the body is trying to eliminate, and we just stuffing it with stuff. And we're stuffing it with stuff that is blocking the arteries, the kid is blocking everything. Because the body is trying to eliminate, and we're just clogging it up. And I want you to think about what I'm saying. The second 8-hour cycle is from 12 noon to 8 p.m. That's the nutritive cycle. That's when the earth, the sun starts at its peak. Everything is growing. The rays of the sun is nurturing the earth, and it's getting the photogenesis is going on between the leaves and the sun, and the fish is swimming in the stream. Everything is growing and being nurtured. That's when you eat your meal. That's when you eat your meal of proteins, vegetables. That's when you consume between the high hours of the day. Because that's what the earth is doing, and that's what we should be doing. Now, if we think back to, 100, 200 years ago, let me finish the third cycle. The third cycle is from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. And all of us know 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, after dinner time, we was all in the living room. We could have been playing the dozens. We could have been listening to the radio. We could be looking at the fish tank. We could be having conversation, reading a book, but we knew the family was down. 8 o'clock, everybody was home. We had finished dinner. The dishes was done, and we was just communing within the family. That's how life used to be. Nothing happened after 8 o'clock. The homework was done. Maybe we was watching the last little half-hour TV program, but the house was quiet. We wasn't running around at the gym. We wasn't playing tennis. We wasn't at a meeting. We wasn't on the train commuting. We wasn't flying city to city. We wasn't, we were down. Society at large was down because we knew inherently, and we lived within the cycles of the earth. 20, 40, 50, 100 years ago, we were up in the morning. We had maybe some orange juice and toast at the most. We didn't eat all this stuff. I'm not even going to mention that again. We didn't eat. Society didn't eat like that. We work, which was our exercise. Everybody ate 12 noon bell or 12 o'clock. As a whole, society stopped. They ate. They broke. Then the rest of the day was going down, coming down, coming down. Come on, we're ready to go home, closing up shop. We lived within the cycles of the universe. After 8 o'clock, you couldn't go nowhere.
Wow.
In society in general. 8 o'clock, everybody was in the house at 8 o'clock. The mother, the father, and all the children was in the house at 8 o'clock because we lived within the cycle, and no one told us that.
Thank you. Thank you.
There was no books. There was no self-help or living for dummies. We knew that as a people. We just knew that. But we got to this technological, wireless society, fast-paced, do. Take your kids to 3 sports, three, the husband's off doing this, the wife's doing that. Maybe they got a nanny doing something else, but nobody's home. Nobody's resting, nobody's cooking. Nobody's meditating, nobody's relaxing. And after all that, we're going to try to go to bed. And wonder why we wake up tired, fatigued, stressed, because we don't wake up in the cycle and eliminate. We don't eat the right foods in the daytime for nutrients, and then we don't come down and relax before we go to bed.
Wow.
That's where disease comes from. And part of that spirituality is critical because we can't be healthy if we're not balanced. You cannot be healthy if you're not balanced. And part of another thing I share when I teach my courses is how to get that balance back, because it is all spiritual, but it's not at all religious. So it's about understanding other elements of the universe that the Creator gave us to heal.
Okay.
And that is by gemstones and crystals. Now, as we said before about food not having created energy, everything, and this is really, really critical, everything that the Creator makes has the same life force.
Wow.
Everything that the Creator makes has one thread of energy, a thread of continuity. We all have the same life force. Plants have the life force. That's why herbs can heal, because they have life energy. Vegetables, things we consume, has a life energy. Anything that comes out of the earth has a life energy. These are crystals. This one is called kyanite. It's a very powerful gemstone.
Okay.
So we spoke about the organs of the body and health. On the same token, there are areas in the body that are centers of energy. Those centers of energy are called chakras.
Chakras.
The chakras are, in the Kemetic system, the African system, there were 13. But the more commonly known chakras, there are 7.
Okay.
So you will find 7 centers, and they are actually a tool through which you can change your emotional and spiritual state of health. And why do they work? Because gemstones and crystals created out of the earth with the energy of the Creator has a vibration. Everything that we do is vibrational. Everything we do is vibrational. Her garment is vibrational. And it's a different vibration than mine because it's lighter than mine. So it vibrates at a different energy. The chair we're sitting on is vibrational. It's a different energy because it's thicker and heavier than our skirt. But everything has a vibrational energy. And we spoke about the water element and kidneys and bladder in the Chinese 5 element. We spoke about ether and air in Ayurveda, or the self-healing element there. And we talked, and all of that was vibrational. No, I didn't use the word at that point. But it's all a different vibration. Water, for example, it's a different energy because it's thicker and heavier than our skirt. But everything has a vibrational energy. And we spoke about the water element and kidneys and bladder in the Chinese 5 element. We spoke about ether and air in Ayurveda, or the self-healing element there. And we talked, and all of that was vibrational. No, I didn't use the word at that point. But it's all a different vibration. Water, for example. You have water, you have mist, you have vapor, you have ice. It's the same element.
Okay.
But they're different vibrational levels of the same element. It's the same thing with gemstones and your chakras. Each chakra vibrates on a different level. So that some people are afraid to make change in their life. Oh, I can't move to Chicago. I've been in New York all my life. That's too big a change. Where am I going to go? How am I going to go to school? Where am I take my kids? We are afraid for change. We are afraid. We have a lack of security of self with our relationship with the earth. But we don't realize that. That's called the root chakra. The root chakra is at the base of your spine, and it is the chakra that gives us our security. It gives us strength in knowing that we can be safe in the earth. And when we're not, that means that the energy of the root chakra is lacking. Now, there are gemstones and crystals in the earth that calibrate the vibrations in our body. Each stone has its own vibrational level, so that when you have stones that vibrate on a certain level with the organs, what you need to do is wear the stone where you need the strengthening. So if you have a fear of relationships, you're afraid to change your job, you're afraid to make big moves like moving to a new city, that means your root chakra needs strengthening. So part of what I teach too with the herbs is the healing of the chakras. So in this chart, one of the charts I have for my class students is it teaches you the root chakra, the colors, and the stones that fall under that, and what each chakra does and its purpose. So for the root chakra, it says, represents our relationship with our physical bodies and blends the physical and the spiritual. Unbalanced, the root chakra manifests as fear in our lives or fearful life.